Beautiful day here in Tennessee. We're at the farm, we're at the holler. I've actually got an audience today. I don't know if you can see them over there. They don't really like these deer on this tree, I don't think. But anyway, just wanted to look at a couple things. Lots of bow seasons already getting started everywhere, but wanted to look at some deer and just give you some ideas and some things to think about when you're out in the field. So, like what you want to shoot, obviously, as long as it's legal in your state, you can shoot whatever you want to. If it has horns this big or horns that big, I mean, you know, a lot of people get too hung up on going and trying to shoot a trophy or shoot a really big deer, which I love to do. But you know, in the end, you know, as long as you're happy with it and satisfied with it, that's what really all that matters. You know, being out there. So. I hope the video is good. We've got a few deer to look at today. Three things. Here's my philosophy if I'm trying to shoot a big deer. And I told Mark this. If he's got two of these three things, he's probably a shooter. If he's got the width, if he's got the height, or if he's got the tine length, you know, how long his main beams are. If he's got two of those three things, he's probably a shooter. You know, everybody's like, well, I don't know if he's going to be a 130 or a 150, you know, you'll know when you see him. When he comes out there, he's you'll know if he's a shooter or not, because you'll be able to recognize those things with a little time in the woods. So, okay, we'll look at a couple deer here. Obviously, the first thing we'd like to do, if I can get my camera straight here, I don't know how well this is going to work, is, where am I at? Let me go this way. I need a video. I need a camera person. Okay. Let's try to look at the main beam length on this Georgia deer right here. Obviously, he comes way out, and if you can see out here by his nose, right, this main beam comes like way out here. So if you've got the side angle and you can see this, and he's out here, I mean, this deer has world-class beams. He's got like 26, 27, I don't know, 28-inch main beams. There's some of the biggest deer in the world, you know, that don't have that. But, I mean, this deer is great. But that's his biggest quality. You know, each of these deer will be different. You know, that's just his quality. He doesn't have, if he doesn't have a lot of tine length, he doesn't have a lot of mass. You know, that's just his deer. It's like, so just like humans. Some of us are taller, some of us are wide, you know. So, anyway. So, that's a good example of some main beam length. This deer up here, this Illinois buck, obviously the first thing you're going to say, he's wide, and he is. He's a big old wide deer. You know, when you see him out like that, and you know he's got enough mass that he's, you know, he's definitely a shooter. He's 20-something inches wide. I don't know. Obviously the width is something that really pops out at you. You know, and I think the tine length second. So we'll look at a few other deer here. You know, these are Kentucky deer here, and they're pretty cool. You know, they're not the biggest that you're going to see, but this is a great deer. He's wide. We've got some great 8 points up where we hunt with the crab claws, if you can see that right there out here on the front of the beam. So they got some, that's like a characteristic we have up at Big Rock where we hunt. So great deer with some width, muzzleloader deer. This is a Fort Campbell buck. You know, when I first seen him, I was going to let him go, and then when you look and you see that they can have some pretty cool stuff on them, you know, with some tines and whatever. Obviously, he's got the mass too, so you know he's definitely a buck that you know that you would want to shoot. I don't have one that's got a lot of tine length or really tall. I wish I did to show you that, but obviously tall is tall, you know. So. Last thing I want to show you is this deer right here. Obviously, I killed this deer in '93. He's a Georgia deer. I know a lot of people that know me probably remember him, and probably at that time the best buck that I'd ever killed. You know, and if you look at him, he's you know, he's kind of cool. He's cool. He's got some old gnarly whatever, but this is an example of a deer that really didn't have any genetics, and you know, he didn't have any of those things that, you know, that you try to build a herd with. You know, there wasn't a lot of food and a lot of genetics and everything. But what this deer was, he was smart. And he got old. You know, he didn't have a great set of horns on him, but he got old enough and became cool. I don't remember. He was a big old deer, over 200 something pounds, and we didn't age him, but obviously he's got to get some of this stuff down there where we live. He had to have some age on him, you know. So, but anyway, hope everybody's having a good day. Just wanted to talk a little about this. Remember 3 things. If you're looking to really shoot a, you know, a quality buck, that kind of deal, look for the height, look for the main beam length, and look for the width. If he's got 2 of those 3 things, like I said, he's probably a shooter, you know, something you definitely want to take home and maybe put on the wall. So anyway, everybody have a good day. We'll see you in the woods.